I just spilled like so much money. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Let me show you guys. I literally just spilled like half of my Givenchy powder on the ground. Oh my god. Do you guys, that's literally like $20. I'm so sad right now. I'm so sorry I haven't filmed in this channel in a hot minute, but I do have excuses. They're not valid excuses, but they are excuses. I had finals. Honestly, this week I had my lab final, my summer lab final on Monday. I had lecture final on Wednesday. I went to a friend's, kind of. It's a long story. I went to someone's birthday party on Saturday, and then on Friday I had my cousin's white coat ceremony. If you don't know what that is, it's like if you become a doctor, you like do like a ceremony where you put on your white coat. It's like a big deal. And I went to his white coat ceremony on Friday. Today's Saturday. Today's a Monster X concert, and I'm filming a get ready with me video because I miss talking to you guys, and I felt like I have never done like a sit down, get to know me type of video for you guys on this channel, and a lot of you guys do like my makeup videos. So that is what we will be filming today. I got a haircut, by the way. In the span of a week, I lost like 6 inches of hair. My hair is so short now, like literally it's short to the point where I can almost fit all of it on frame, which has never happened before. I've always had really long hair, but it is so much healthier. It's just really short. So I pinned up my hair. We're gonna get started because I do have to head to LA, but I'm going to be putting on some primer. This is a No Problem Primer by Touch of Soul. It's great. I'm gonna leave actually just a link to, I'm gonna leave the names of all the products I use down below, but I'm not gonna mention them in this video. If you guys are interested in the products I use, I will put it down below for you guys, but I'm gonna apply on some primer. So today's topic is going to be fuck boys. I don't know how else to say it, but basically that. And I'm gonna talk to you guys about how to get over a breakup, how I kind of got over my breakups, because if you guys didn't know, hi, my name is Sheila. I date all the wrong boys all the time. I never date. I don't think I've ever dated a good, wholesome boy and had a wholesome breakup. I've had 2 boyfriends in the past. Sorry, mom, if you're watching this. Sorry. I don't have boyfriends anymore, though, if you're wondering. But yeah, so I've had 2 official boyfriends in the past. I wouldn't even consider one of them a boyfriend because the whole entire time we were dating, he was just lying. Like, he was just like a psychopathic liar. So both of my boyfriends cheated on me. Like I said, your girl has the worst judgments when it comes to boys. And not gonna lie, the first breakup, I feel like it took me a really long time to get over it. Not because like, oh my gosh, I was so in love with him or anything like that. To be honest, I don't even think I was really that in love with him. I think that he was my first boyfriend. So it took me a little harder to get over it because I didn't really know how to act because that was my first boyfriend. But the second guy, when we broke up, I actually wasn't very heartbroken because I found out that he was just a liar, and I was just so over it that I wasn't heartbroken. But although I wasn't heartbroken, I felt like my trust, I just felt like I couldn't trust people for a really long time. Like, so before we dated, I opened up to him and I told him, like, listen, like, I don't just date around for fun. Like, I don't date for marriage. I don't just see a guy and think like, oh, I'm gonna marry him. But I do intend to date for long term. And my last breakup, it really broke my heart because I don't know why it broke my heart. I just really had a lot of trust issues with the first guy because, I don't know, I felt like the first guy was like my first boyfriend and like my first love and all that stuff. Like, I told him all my secrets and stuff. And for someone to betray me like that, it really broke my trust. So I told him, I was like, I'm really scared going into this relationship because I don't trust people easily, especially after the first breakup. And he was like, I would never do that to you, blah, blah. Long story short, he's just like literally psychotic liar. He's a liar. And after that, after I found out everything, I wasn't heartbroken, but I found that I had a really hard time just trusting people, like not just in relationships, but in friendships too. I just didn't know who to trust anymore and who actually had my best interests at heart and not want to use me and not like had something else in mind for our friendship other than just being my friend. And it really took me a long time to get over it. I remember when I started talking to this guy after the second boyfriend, I was talking to this one guy and it was a mess. And it wasn't a mess in a way where it's like, where it was like, oh, he hurt my feelings, blah, blah, blah. It was a mess in a way where I just didn't know if he was trustable. Like, what if like he hurts me the same way? Like, I just felt like all guys were the same and men are all trash, which, you know, some people can agree. But I definitely have met guys, like, to me, after the second breakup, it really did feel like there was no such thing as a good man. Like, I felt like society nowadays only raised boys who suck. And that is true to an extent. I felt like the boys that I was introduced to my entire life was very limited. I wasn't really putting myself out there. I'm not really the type to go to a lot of parties, to meet a lot of people. The friends and the people I have in my life, they're like long-term friendships. I don't really make acquaintances or just friends just to make friends. Like, I don't really have time for that, nor do I really care for that much. Like, if I'm gonna spend my time with you, it's gonna be because I want to spend time with you, not because I'm bored and I need someone to hang out with, you know? Like, I have fun on my own. Like, I'm the type of person where I enjoy my own presence. Like, I like having fun on my own. So, that being said, my group of circle is very small. I like to keep my group of circle small. That's always how it has always been, and that's what I like it to be. But sometimes, that being the case, it does affect me meeting new people, and I feel like with dating wise, you have to, like the saying goes, there's a lot of fishes in the sea, but there's not, but like, let's say in the ocean, there's like a million fishes, but if you only keep 10 fishes in your sea, like keep an eye on 10 fishes, in your perspective, those are the only 10 fishes you'll see. So I wasn't really introduced to a lot of boys because I never really cared about going to a lot of the parties at my school or anything like that, or like meeting new people. That just wasn't something I really cared too much about. So after the breakup, I really didn't meet anyone new, and it just felt like all the guys in the world were trash. Now let me tell you, it took me so long because I didn't understand for the longest time. Like, I just didn't understand why I kept meeting all of these losers. Like, to be honest, I feel like I have a lot to give, and I feel like I can offer a lot. Even though I'm 20 years old, I'm turning 21 at the end of this month. I feel like I have a lot to give, and I have a lot. Although, like, yeah, I don't have my job yet, I don't have like my future career set in stone yet, I feel like I have like a good head above my shoulders. I have a lot to give, more than just like being young, you know, and having a decent looking face. I feel like I have more to give in this world and give to my potential significant other than just my face, you know? And it felt like for the longest time, I could never meet anyone that was like a decent guy, not even like a good guy, a decent guy to bring home to mom and dad. Now let me tell you, to all my girls who are going through the same thing, who feels like there's not a good guy in this world, I'm gonna give you some advice. Do not settle, because you settling is basically you losing, you admitting to defeat. Because that was kind of how I met the second guy, the second boyfriend. That was how I kind of met him, because we met because my friend introduced us, because I was visiting her in Seattle and she introduced us. And he wasn't my type at all, like by any means. He had nothing I wanted in a guy. Literally, it was not my type. But I kind of fell for his trap, because he was telling me his life story, and I have a really big heart, especially for people I care about, and I just felt really, really bad for him, and I was just like, oh, maybe you have more to offer than what you claim, blah, blah, blah. And even though he wasn't my type, and I wasn't looking for a boyfriend, around 2 years ago, I was not looking for a boyfriend. I really didn't want a boyfriend. I just really wanted to be single and be independent, but my best friend in the entire world kept pushing for it, and she was like, he's a good guy, like I would never suggest someone to you that I didn't think was a good person, blah, 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 blah. So I gave him a shot, and I felt like that was me settling. Although I knew that he wasn't what I wanted in a significant other. I knew that he wasn't someone I wanted to bring home to mom and dad. I gave it a shot, but I felt like that was me settling. And let me tell you guys, don't ever do that, because you're not gonna be happy. Like, let's say I worked super, super hard at my resume and my portfolio. And like, if your significant other, it's gonna sound so dumb, but like, if you have this super like super elegant, super filled out resume, and the other person has like one thing on their resume, are you gonna want to date someone with one thing on their resume, or someone who has 5 things and is at your level and is like, you know, like wants the same things in life as you and is as motivated as you? So after that second relationship, after I kind of realized like, dude, I kind of settled for this guy, and look where it got me. Like, I got my heart broken, like, you know. And then slowly I started hanging out with my cousins more, who are a lot older than me. They're all boys and they're all a lot older than me, because I kept telling them like, dude, I keep meeting these losers, like, and I call them losers because they don't have their lives together. They're out there finessing girls, cheating on girls, don't have their lives together. All they do is lie. That's why they're losers. I would never call anyone that unless you truly are a bad person, and I truly feel like my ex was a terrible person. But anyways, but yeah, I was telling my cousin, I was like, I keep meeting these losers, and it's just like, I don't know what to do. Like, what am I doing wrong? I don't feel like I'm that bad of a person. I feel like I have a very big heart. I have a good head above my shoulders. Like, what am I doing wrong? And they're just like, dude, you are hanging out with the wrong people. And it wasn't like my college friends I was hanging out with the wrong people. It was just the guys. They're like, you just need to go out more and like meet more people and like talk to more people. Like, you're super social and like you definitely can do it. You just need to meet more people to see that there are guys who have their lives together. And let me tell you, when I started hanging out with my cousins, when I started meeting older guys, when I started meeting guys who had their lives together, I was honestly almost in shock. Like, I couldn't even believe it, because it felt like, to me, like, I've always been the type in the relationship where I had my stuff together, but the guy never did. And for the first time, I've met a few of my cousin's friends, and like, first of all, my cousin's friends, some of them are so good looking, so fine, but like, they're all in a relationship. There's no, like, I wouldn't go for them because they're in a relationship. Like, I hope if any of them are watching, I really doubt they are, but if you're watching, I wish you all the best. Like, you guys are amazing people. But it was just being able to see that there are good guys out there. Like, good guys who are good looking, who has a job, who has their career together. Those people do exist. It's just, you just can't settle. You know, I was always taught that you want to build a future together. Like, you want to build a future with someone and build your life with someone. But I was never told that although you're building your life with someone, you both kind of need to start at the same level. Like, I can't be at a 5 in my life right now and you be at a 2 and me trying to help you up. Like, some relationships, yes, that works, but for how young I am and how young these guys are, it's not like I'm asking you to have $1 million job. Like, I'm just kind of asking you to kind of a little bit have your life together, you know? So it was just really eye-opening to me to be able to see that these guys exist. And then after that, I promise you, like, after meeting those people, after meeting my cousin's friends, I have never played the game so well. Like, I no longer care. Like, I straight up no longer care about boys. Like, I know now what kind of man I want and what kind of future I want to build. And honestly, like, looks do matter. Don't get me wrong. Looks matter 100%. I get it. Looks matter. I'm not going to be that, like, annoying person who goes, oh, looks don't matter. Like, it's about the personality. Like, yes, personality matters, because if you're boring and dry, like, I'm not going to want to date you. But, you know, looks can only go so far. Like, you can literally be the hottest guy at the school, but if you don't have your life together, if you don't have motivation to do better, to keep going, to work yourself up, it's very unattractive to me. I believe personally that your significant other should be the one to motivate you to do better. You both should kind of motivate each other to do your best. And if you just don't have that quality, I honestly, now that I've seen other boys do exist, like good boys with a good heart and a good head above their shoulders that are good looking do exist, I'm chilling. Like, 20 years old, I'm turning 21, like, I'm just chilling. Like, if you're not what I want, I'm not gonna date you. Why would I'm no longer gonna spend my time hoping to, like, mold a shitty guy into a good person, because that's not my job. That's your mom's job. Anyways, I'm gonna put on some bronzer so I don't look so freaking pale. I'm using the Physicians Formula bronzer, and let me just tell you guys, whoever said this stuff smells good is a freaking liar. I hate the scent in this bronzer. I do like the color of the bronzer, but the scent of the bronzer, dude, absolutely sucks. Like 100% absolutely sucks. What I look for in a guy, I mean, obviously I don't have, like, he doesn't have to have like everything on this list, but I kind of would like him to have everything on this list. One, I would like a guy to be older than me, just because I feel like I'm a pretty mature person for my age, and every time I've dated, I don't know, I've never even dated guys my age, honestly. All my guys I've ever talked to have always been a little bit older, and even when they're a little bit older, sometimes even that, like if they're just like one year older, even that I feel like they're not as mature as I am, and it's just not my type. I'm the type who, I don't like to just settle. I don't like to just make a certain amount. I want to see, okay, let's say I make a certain amount this month. I want to see how I can make more the next month, how I can double that, how I can triple that. That just has been my mindset growing up. I never ever want to feel, when I'm an adult, like now it's very different because I'm only 21. Now it's very different, but growing up I never want to feel like I don't have enough money just to buy the things that I want to buy. I want myself to be able to have the best things in life, because that's what my parents came here to do. They want to give me the best possible future, and that's what I intend to do. I intend to live the best possible future that I can, and I want to share that with someone with the same mindset. I want someone who I can literally, I can't explain it to you guys other than saying I just want someone who I can bring home to mom and dad. The guy that I can bring home to mom and dad and be like, this is my boyfriend. He doesn't even have to be my husband, like just a boyfriend. That's when you know, like, he's my type, because I'm not embarrassed. I know my mom will like him. I know my dad will like him, because my dad just wants someone who, my dad doesn't even care about looks. He just wants someone who can take care of me. And it's on The Bachelorette. If you watch The Bachelorette, you'll know this quote. I've never needed someone to take care of me. I don't need a man to take care of me. I don't need a man to pay for my things. I can pay for it myself, but I want to know that you can pay for it and that you are able to. Does that make sense? Like, I can take care of myself, but I want to be able to know that you are able to take care of me also. Like, I think in Hannah, in Bachelorette, she said, I don't need a man, but I want a man. That's basically where I'm at in my life right now. It's like, I'm not actively looking, but I'm also not going to stop talking to guys. If I end up liking someone, then I like someone. If I don't, then I don't. And I stay single until I find someone that I connect with that has the quality and traits that I want. Because I feel like nowadays, people date so much that they don't realize, they don't just take a step back and realize, okay, like, why are you dating all these guys? Like, what's the actual reasoning here? Like, what's the end goal? And like, if I'm going to be dating a lot of guys, the end goal for me is to kind of realize what kind of guys I want, what traits I want in a future husband. Like, that's to me the reason why I'm dating so many boys, to kind of put myself out there and kind of see what's out in the world. Okay, so I'm basically almost done with my look. As you guys can see, my face is fully done. I think I'm going to blend out the contour a little bit more. It's just a little bit too unblended. I'm going to take my beauty blender, pat, just blending out my contour a little bit. And then so I don't wear highlighter, as you guys know. I think my cheekbones are a little too high sometimes. I don't really like to wear highlighter that much, but what I will do is take the highlighter and put it, I don't want to use this one isn't as glowy. I'm going to use the Anastasia one. I'm going to put it on my Cupid's bow. I think that's so pretty. And then I'm going to take this as my favorite highlighter when I like to like not look like I'm wearing highlighter, just to give myself like a natural glow. Take some of this on a brush like this, tap off the excess. I'm just going to put some right here, pat some on the forehead, a little bit on the cheeks, just because I don't really have glow on the cheeks. I kept the cheeks pretty matte, so I'm just going to add a little bit, just add some symmetry. You guys are wondering what blush I'm using Mellow Wine. This has been one of my favorite blushes of all time growing up, and my mom loves it, and I started to try it again. I haven't tried it in a long time. I do like it. I think I'm going to add a little bit more with it on. I think I went a little too light-handed with this. I really like my blush to be kind of vibrant. I like a lot of blushes. I like to wear a lot of blush because I feel like it just makes you so youthful. I put blush everywhere in case you guys don't know. I think blush really can change up a look. It just makes you look so youthful. Obviously, I know that it looks like I'm putting blush everywhere, but just FYI, I mean, they concentrate on my cheeks like normal blush, and then I'll take the leftover and I'll put it everywhere because it's like literally leftover. It's just a little bit of blush. And then one of my favorite things to do nowadays, I like taking, this is Shila and Enchantress, and it's their Glitter and Glow. I'll take a little bit of this and I'll put it underneath my lower lash line, and then it just makes the whole look so pretty. Okay, not like that. Like, you guys see this? How it's so strong. If you blend it out, it's so pretty. Like that. Super pretty. See how it's like not blended? But if you take the time to blend it out, super pretty. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of sparkle in the inner corners. I always do this. I think I'm gonna take Dreamer. I'm gonna use a pointed brush and just put it in the middle. Just mix everything